Judy Rowe Michaels, and I'm reading after Maxine. And I think since so many of us are or have been teachers, I wanted to read a teaching poem that grew out of a poetry class of 12th graders. And most of us have found that, I think, if we set aside in-class time, in workshop time, for participants to write, we can write along with them. And that's how this poem got started. It's called Introducing the Skull. Day before Easter break, I introduced the skull, a young woman's. She'd hung lissom and lightly swaying deep in a closet of the biolab. Delicately, I behead her, admiring the wired, polished jaw, eternally expectant. I tried to forget the bone saw that must have cut the twin concavities, which I hold now in either hand and bring together front to back, a match perfect as her missing lips. Carefully, I take her down the hall to English 12 and set her on the floor, her eye sockets dry and pointless. Hey guys, the soccer captain jokes, it's staring right at Jeff. He'll be the first to go. I tell them how John Donne tried sleeping in his coffin, how Golgotha meant place of the skull. Two girls admit that knowing it's a woman creeps them out. No face, no hair, but this was like her mind we're trying not to look at. How does she feel naked with strangers? Where have her thoughts gone? Finally, a boy ventures close, gingerly lifts the two halves into his lap, runs a finger over the forehead. So small. Remembers that soft spot there when you're born, the what's it, fontanelle. And the skull gets passed around, except one girl who turns away and says, we're being disrespectful. No, really, it's okay. A guy reaches over, gives her a little hug. She must have left her body to science. She'd want us to touch. It's quiet now, the skull back on the floor. Our circled desks make it almost cozy, a dying campfire, or maybe some familiar relic known since childhood, still emanating light. The colors, a cross between khaki and old ivory. Bone, my mother called it, shade of those Easter shoes that pinched. I flick from face to face, knowing the hour's almost up, but now, bent over notebooks, they make me think of lilies, heavy-headed, hanging from frail stalks, and some strange warmth, releasing scent they didn't know they had. Thanks.